when we were talking about the artistic freedom of choosing the composition, line, form, tone, texture, and color, and being as free as possible, uh, and also choosing to be away from royal patronage, that also brings restrictions and impositions as a compulsory package. The folk painters also adhere to some rules that was of their own. So, when we look at the artworks of Raghurajpur and also the adjoining districts like Dandashahi or Puri, we see in their artworks, both in the palm leaf engravings, those line and linear artworks, as well as in the Patachitra, we see that they're using certain restriction that operates the rules that are fixed by most of the traditional Shilpa gurus, who are the masterminds of all those compositions, and they provide the artists in the community with some restrictions that is more like the building block, or I must put it this way, that is a skeleton structure of the composition. So that helps them to keep up with a strong identity. At the same time, they can alter and change it according to their wish. So when we see all those skeleton structures that are found, and when we also match them with the creation that is happening now, we see that it was not so stringently associated with that. It was not so strictly followed throughout. So it's very important to realize that. So we'll see some of the pictures to remind ourselves of the style of Raghurajpur's Patachitra, and after that we'll also see how the space divisions were restricted, what it was supposed to be. So I'm following a manual that was printed under the patronage of the Ministry of Handicraft, Government of India. And I'm just going by the norms that was set up there, and the work was also taken up by Shilpa Guru Ananta Maharana. In most of the artworks, we see that he has manually written and made diagrams to show the basic space division that is traditionally there, just to remind people of the rule that existed. At the same time, there had been no restriction or licensing with that. So, and that is perhaps the reason why it gives it a particular regimentation, devoid of anything that is very superimposed. So, let's realize that with some examples. So, this is one Ramayana where we feel that the entire composition is a single framed composition. So, all the episodes that we have been discussing so far, that we've it's very different from the Patachitras that we have seen in the previous lecture, that belong to the districts of West Bengal named Birbhum, Midnapur and Murshidabad. It's a very different way of depicting things in a single frame. So it's not a scroll that has to be rolled up and unrolled to unfold the stories to all, but here it has a linear formation but with some restricted guidelines. So what we see, that there are circular and rectangular frames at with a very strong border. Also the space division has symmetry in it. So lots of asymmetric and intricate images are arranged through the basic symmetry that is there, and that is maintaining the strength of the composition. It's organizing and arranging things right at place, and it makes the task of the viewer much more easier in that way. So it gives us a very interesting and harmonious experience to go through the image and try to see it for its iconic, also the semiotic aspects, appreciate it from those point of view, as well as uh, understand the happening that is in the form of a story and what was happening to the story. So it also gives us the indication of the theme of it. I'll show you another image which is slightly different in the color scheme, but it has a strong identity. So it has its individual identity, but it's different from the previous one. This one also is colorful, but the colors are restricted to a few secondary colors. So the shade is slightly different from the previous one, but the space division almost remains the same. Though in this picture we do not see any episode that is taking place in a rectangular frame, but the overall division of the frames have a rectangular emphasis into it, with lots of different other shapes which are mostly circular with some angularities into it. And it's the same episode of Ramayana that is shown in the picture. Now, this is another picture where we see a temple structure into it. So, the temple is holding the main idol of Ganesha, and all over in the border what we see that there are circular frames that has Ganesha dancing in different poses. And it was found out from the interview that when the Maharana families of painters, they are exploring the Ganeshas, the dancing Ganesha form, they are taking reference from the classical temples of Odisha. They go there and they study the different classical dancing gestures of Ganesha, and they are incorporating all those mudras and gestures in their artworks, which is changing every day. And they're also happy with the innovation that is taking place in their artwork. So let's also see the skeleton structure of it in its basic form. What we are getting to see in this particular diagram that I mentioned was created by Shilpaguru Ananta Maharana, and it was created under the supervision of the documentation. It's a documentation report of Patachitra, the traditional painting of Odisha, that is based in Dandashahi, Puri, Odisha, sponsored by the Office of the Development Commissioner Handicrafts, Government of India, Ministry of Textiles, New Delhi. So the numbers are visible, and now I'm going to read out the texts which are correspondent to all those numbers. So in this frame, this is frame number 1. We start with that. Then we see frame number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Then it comes to 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 to 22, 23 to 29, then 30, 31, 32, 33, 34 to 37, 38 to 44, and then it comes to the first frame, that is 45. Then it goes till 59, comes down to 66, again goes to the left till 80, then 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, and then reach this in a circular order. After 86, we see 87, 88 and 89. So the frame that is right at the center, that is actually the 88th frame. So it's not the end of the story, not the ending episode, but the last episode is happening somewhere here, but this is right before that. So this is almost like a climax. They usually prefer to have some happy episodes here. So it's either the climax or a happy episode or the both. So that is how the general rule is. Now I'm going to explain you the instructions that is correspondent to the number of the frames. So frame 1, Rishishringa was brought by the prostitutes. 2, Rishishringa conducted yagna. 3, King Dasharath gave chalu to the queen. Rama, Lakshman, Bharat, Shatrughan took birth. In frame 4, Rama, Lakshman were named. Frame 5, Rama, Lakshman played with their mother. Frame 6, Dasharath gave advice to Rama and Lakshmana. Frame 7, 8, Rama and Lakshman were educated on operation of bow and arrow. 9, discussion between Dasharath and Valmiki. 10, the killing of Taraka. 11, while Guru was conducting yagna to guard him. 12, Rama, Lakshmana nursing their teacher. 13, to recope Ahalya. 14, breaking of Shiva Dhanu, the bow. 15, marriage ceremony of Rama and Sita. 16, Rama met Parashurama. 17, Rama, Lakshmana, Sita, Valmiki returned Ayodhya. 18, talking between Rama and Sita, they are in conversation. 19, discussion of King Dasharatha to declare Ram as a king. Manthara persuaded Kaikeyi. Kaikeyi pulled out her ornaments and slept with irritation. Kaikeyi blessed Ramachandra. 23, King Dasharath ordered Rama. 24, Rama, Lakshman, Sita went to the forest. 25, Rama, Lakshman, Sita took blessings from Valmiki. 26, Rama, Lakshman, Sita crossed a river with a boat. 27, death of King Dasharatha. 28, Bharat and Shatrughan beat Manthara. 29, Bharat went to the Chitrakuta mountain to bring back Rama with his soldiers. 30, Bharat met Rama. 31, the sandals of Rama was worshipped, putting them on the throne of Ayodhya. 32, Shraddha ceremony to Dasharath. 33, Bharat gave protection to Rama and Sita. 34, Lakshman cut off the nose of Surpanakha. 35, Surpanakha informed Ravana. 36, magic deer roamed near the cottage of Rama. 37, Ram ran after the magic deer. 38, Lakshman went after Ram after cutting 3 straight lines, that is the Lakshman Rekha. 39, Ravana abducted Sita. 40, Ravan killed Jatayu. 41. Sita remains in the Ashoka forest. 42. The killing of Kabandha. 43. Funeral of Jatayu. 44. Rama Lakshmana met with the Shabari. 45. Rama Lakshman met Hanuman, who was in the disguise of a Brahman. 46. The friendship of Rama with Sugriva. 47. The fight between Bali and Sugriva. 48. The killing of Bali. 49. To see Lanka sitting on the property of Ashtashambhu. 50. To locate Sita, Rama gave his ring to Hanumana. 51. Hanuman jumped Mahendra Hill in the sea, the Mahendra Parvata. 52. Hanuman met Lanka Devi. 53. Lanka Devi blazed Hanuman. 54. Hanuman met Sita in the Ashoka forest. 55. Hanuman fought with demons in the Ashoka forest. 56. The killing of Akshaya Kumara. 57. Hanuman was brought to King Ravana. 58. The tail of Hanuman was lighted with fire. 59. Hanuman put fire in the city of Lanka. 60. Hanuman gave Mahamani, the head jewel, to Rama. 61. The monkeys constructed to dam. 62. The inauguration of Setubandha. 63. Ravan beat Bibhishan and drove him away from the house. 64. Bibhishan surrendered before Rama. 65. Indrajit lifted the foot of Angada. 66. Queen Mandodari requested Ravana to free Sita. 67. Ravan put Ram and Lakshman in Nagapasha, or the snake attack. 68. The fight of Indrajit with Lakshman. 69. Shakti Veda of Lakshman. 70. Bharat attacked Hanuman in his bow. 71. Kumbhakarna wake up from the sleep. 72. Kumbhakarna was killed. 73. The yagna of Indrajit was spoilt. 74. Indrajit was killed. 75. Mahiravan conspired to sacrifice Rama and Lakshmana. 76. Ravan shown magic head to Sita to fear or scare her. 77. Ravan arranged yagna to please deity. 78. Ravan donated 108 lotuses to please goddess Durga. 79. The army of Ravana fled. 80. The gods presented Ram the divine chariot. 81. The fight between Rama and Ravana. 82. The 10 heads of Ravana was cut off by Rama. 83. The killing of Ravana. 84. The examination of Sita through fire. 85. The incarnation of Rama as king. 86. The return of Rama, Lakshmana, Sita to Ayodhya by Pushpak. And 87, 88, these two frames are kept for some happy episodes. So it's either the marriage to be highlighted in those pictures, which is part of a previous episode, but it has to be compulsorily brought back at the end of it to make it the center focus of the whole composition. So I'll explain the space division for this particular um, frame, which is based on Dashavatar subject. So these are the paintings that are based on Dashavatar theme. Dash avatar. Dash is 10 and avatar means incarnations. So the 10 incarnations of Vishnu and the stories and the other episodes are all related to this 10 incarnations, and it has a very interesting space division. I'll highlight the order of the space division. So I'll highlight the space division, which is formed in a very interesting order. So I'm just highlighting it for your viewing. So this is the frame 1, then 2, 3, 4, 5, then comes 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, and so on. So I'll describe the themes that are there in each frame, like we did in the earlier slide. So the episode starts with the frame 1. The construction of the temple starts with the order of King Narasimhadev. 2. The Lord Narada instructed King Narasimhadev to invite Lord Brahma to inaugurate the temple. Frame 3. While King Galumadhav was roaming, his horse was obstructed by the blue well or the Neela Chakra of the temple. The king Galumadhav instructed the laborers to dig out the temple. 5. The king Galumadhav and Narasimhadev asking to Kala to ascertain who is the real creator of the temple. 6. The king and the queen worshipped before Nrishingha, that's Yagna. 7. Jarasabar took Vidyapati to the temple in blindfolded state. 8. Jarasavar and Vidyapati had looked to the shrine. 9. The king Narasimhadev and Vidyapati ordered the old carpenter to prepare the statues of the deities within 21 days. And that becomes the 9th frame, which is also quite important for the story, but it comes somewhere here. So it has a very slow movement, and that makes it very rich because there are many frames telling many stories which are part of a single story. So in the 9th frame, we see that they decide to create the temple in 21 days. Since the carpenter was old, he remained in starvation for 9 days. The queen opened the door to know whether the carpenter is dead or alive. When she opened the door, she could see the statues are incomplete and the carpenter was not there. In fact, the carpenter was Lord Vishwakarma. 11. The king ordered to open the door of the temple. 12. The king and the queen worshipping the deities. In the frame 13, we see Matsya, 14 Kachapa, 15 Baraha, 16 Nrishingha, 17 Vamana, 18 Parashurama, 19 Rama, 20 Balarama, 21 Buddha, 22 Kalaki, the 10 incarnations. Then in 23 we see the Kanchi Abhijana, journey to Kanchi. 24 Ravan Chhatrabhanga. 25 Anantashayan of Vishnu. 26 the Barabahi Hanuman. 27 Rasalila. 28 Rasalila continued. 29 the deities in the temple. The deities are Ganesha, Narayana, Krishna. 30 the deities in the temple, they are Kali, Bharvi, Matangi and Ashtamala. 31 Vakasura. 32 Ardhasura. 33 Sandasura. 34 Sakatasura. 35 Trunasura. 36 Kesi. 37 Jamala Truna. 38 Putana. 39 Ghodadwara, that is the Uttara Dwara, the horse door, the north door. 40 Hathi Dwara, the Dakshina Dwara, elephant door, the south door. 41 Vimala temple. 42 Lakshmi temple. 43 the deities in the temple of Nrishinga, Harachandi and Bharvi. 44 the deities in the temple Narayani, Bharvi, marriage of Lord Shiva in 45. 46 Rama Abhisheka. 47 Maya Mriga, the magic deer. 46 the abduction of Sita or the Sita Chori. 47 Rasusala means the kitchen room. 48 Denaki Sala. 49 the Amar Mat. 50 Vadachate Mat. So that is the description of all these frames that are very well framed by the masterminds of the painting, and the community painters, they follow these norms. We also see similar space division in another tradition named Thiya Badhiya. That gives the structure of the temple, and the other episodes takes place in almost in the same order, and this is very common in this tradition. So in Thiyavadiya, that is quite a well known frame, compositional arrangement. There I'll just give you the indication of the arrangement of different slides. So this is 1 to 6 and then 7 to 12, then comes 13 to 17, then 18 to 22, 23 to 29. In this order, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. It ends in 30. Then 31 to 38, that is 31 to 34 here, 35 to 38. Then comes 39, 40, 41, 42. So it gives it a mirror image. 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Then 51 to around 59, somewhere here. Then we again go back and there are flexibilities, there are panels to 60, 61, 62, 63, and then comes 64 to 68 here, and then again it goes back, where the 71 was there. So it's 71, 72, 76, and 73 is somewhere here. So we see 76, and from where the linear formation gets slightly perturbed, and we see that it's according to the importance that we see the 80, number 80 frame here, 81 comes here, this is 82, where this is 75, 76, and so on and so forth. So this is how the space division is, and again telling you the story, the full story, and you follow the frames and try to understand it. So the construction of the temple, then the Lord Narada instructed the king Narasimhadev to build up something. While the king Galumadhav was roaming, the blue will or the Neela Chakra of the temple got obstructed. The king Galumadhav instructed the laborers to dig out the temple. The king Galumadhav and Narasimhadev asking Kala to ascertain who is the real creator of the temple. It all starts that way, and it comes till frame 6, where the king and the queen worshipped before Narasimha. So this is the frame where they perform the yagna of Nrsimhadev. And then the Jarasabar took Vidyapati to the temple in a blindfolded state. That is the 7th frame for this Thiyavadiya structure. And then Jarasabar and Vidyapati had looked into the shrine. The king Narasimhadev and Vidyapati ordered the old carpenters to prepare the statues of the deities within 21 days. The queen felt that the carpenter is a little too old to survive so long, in starvation for 9 days. So she opened the door to check whether he is still alive, and at that time she sees that it was open door, the statues were in incomplete state, and the carpenter disappeared. And then they realized that the carpenter was actually Lord Vishwakarma in the disguise of the carpenter. And then in the 11th frame, the king ordered to open the door of the temple in that condition where the idols were incomplete. And the 12th frame, the king and the queen worshipping the deities. So there comes our frame number 12, and from then onwards we have the other 10 frames starting from 13 to 22, that is 13 to 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 with the 10 incarnations of Vishnu. So this is Matsya, then Kachapa, Baraha, Nrishingha, Vamana, Parashurama, Rama, Balarama, Buddha, and Kalaki, who is yet to come. However, after this it moves to frame number 23, and then we see the Kanchi Abhijana, the journey to Kanchi, Ravan Chatrabhanga, Anantashayan, then Bharavai Hanuman, Rasalila, one more Rasalila, and then the way I was reading in the last one also in part, that the deities in the temple where Ganesha, Narayana and Krishna comes to the 29th frame, whereas in the 30th frame we see Kali, Bharavi, Matangi and Ashtamala. 31 Bakashura, 32 Arghashura, 33 Sandasura, 34 Sakatesura, 35 Trunasura, 36 Kesi, 37 Jamalatruna, 38 Putana, 39 the Ghoda Dwara, that is the north door with the horse, that is the Uttara Dwara, and the 40th frame has the Hathi Dwara, there's a Dakshina Dwara, the elephant door in the south door. 41 is the Vimala temple, then 42 Lakshmi temple, 43 the deities in the temple of Nrishing and Harachandi and Bharvi. 44 the deities in the temple of Narayani and Bharvi. 45 marriage of Lord Shiva, that is also another very interesting frame to start with, which comes somewhere here, that is the 45th frame. And then these are the two things, that is 45, 46, 47, 48 to 50 I'll describe. Then the Rama Abhisheka in 46, 47 is Mayamriga, the magic deer. 46 is Sita Chori, or the abduction of Sita. Then Rasusala, or the kitchen room. 48 Venkisala. 49 is Amaramat. 50 the Vada Chatemat. So that ends here. Then in the steps, what we see is the musical procession of the devotees under Peepal tree, that is frame number 51. On the Peepal tree. 52 practicing the yoga by the monks. 53 Bhoga Mandap, the stand. 54 the temple. 56 Badasingara dress of the Lord Jagannath, Balarama, Balabhadra or Subhadra. 57 Puja and Arati. 58 Shankanavi. 59 the name of the three Ansarpati, Ananta Vasudeva, Bhagavati, Narayani. 60 Garuda Khamba, or the pillar. 61 Lord Brahma and Maheshwar. 62 gatekeeper, yoga and biyoga. 63 22 steps. 64 Mukti Mandap, stands of salvation. 65 Mahari dance. 66 musical procession of Lord Chaitanya. 67 Anand Bazar. 68 Pahandi Vijay, or Lord Jagannath, procession with the Lord. 69 the Pandas entering the temple with Mahaprasad. 70 Meghanand Pacheri, or the boundary of the temple. 71 Gaja Uddharana. 72 Siddha Mahavir. 73 Chandana Yatra in Narendra Pond. 74 Atharanala. 75 the statue of Lord Ganesha. 76 the devotees in front of the temple. 77 Gaurangya. 78 Chaturbhuja Narayana. 79 Car Festival, that is Ratha Yatra. 80 the Lion Door. 81 the Lord Patitapavan inside the Lion Door. 82 the king is proceeding to the car for ritual sweeping. So with this we have a general overview of how the space divisions are operated by the masterminds or the painters who innovate and create. They set up the rules. As we discussed in the beginning, we must also realize that there are stylistic varieties in spite of having lots of regimentation, the rules, norms of the community, and one has to go deeper into the study and gather information only to realize that it is a parallel stream that took place for a very long time. So, we will realize that in our next module with many more case studies and examples. And still, it's almost like a bucket of water from the ocean. So it's not sufficient for a course to complete the entire thing. But with that, we'll also understand the kind of academic orientation that the folk artists they enjoy in their own field, and how they're almost parallel and with the same dignity with the mainstream academic practice in our coming lectures. But most importantly, we are trying to understand the contemporary face of it, and also will focus on the sustainability factor of all these things, whether we should continue with the set of norms, or we should just preserve them as knowledge and go farther with new creation and innovations with that knowledge. So the knowledge should be there, preserved to guide us, and that will work as a guiding force to continue the tradition and keep it alive forever.